All right, y'all. We're here to do another vid. This is Big K, and this is Gemini that she won't get off of me when I try to film this. So last time we ended, I was talking about how we were going to discuss does muscle weigh more than fat? And this is the big thing that people talk about all the time. And they would always say that, nah, muscle weighs more than fat. It's always debate. And they would always try to figure out whether or not you can turn fat into muscle. And this discussion is really helping the ladies out. So just so you know right now, you cannot turn fat into muscle. You cannot turn muscle into fat. It is scientifically, physically impossible. It's not possible. It's not going to happen. Does fat weigh more than muscle, or does muscle weigh more than fat? The answer is they weigh the same, and I'll start with that one. All right, and this one is to help ladies out. All right. Muscle is more dense than fat. Okay. So what does that mean if people don't understand what density means of something? That means that the fat in your body that weighs 10 pounds and the muscle in your body that weighs 10 pounds, the fat takes up more space. It needs more volume in that area. So it's basically the equivalent of taking 10 pounds of feathers and putting them on the scale, and taking a 10-pound bowling ball and putting it on the scale. Which one is more dense? Okay, we got to pay attention in high school in science class. The bowling ball is more dense. The feathers, they both weigh the same amount, but one is taking up more volume. Okay, so we got to understand, what does density mean? All right. So ladies, all of you ladies out there who's saying that, you don't want to lose any weight because you don't want to lose your curves and you don't want to work out. Well, what's going on is this. You are dependent upon the fat to give you the curves in your body. The fat is what's giving you your shape. So what does that mean? That means that you need to gain more muscle. So if you're afraid of losing your butt, because once you start doing cardio, because that's all you're doing is cardio, you are dependent upon fat to give you those shapes, those curves, that voluptuous structure of yours. That means that you need to start doing more squats. You need to start doing more legs to get that booty plump. You need to start gaining more muscle. No, you're not going to look like a man. It's not happening, okay? It takes a long time to look like those freaks like me and some of those lovely, attracting ladies with the muscular bodies that we so see in these magazines. But anyway, listen. So that means that you need to lift more weights, and you need to gain more muscle to give you more of a shape, because you are dependent upon fat to take up all that volume in your body, which gives you the shape. That's why when you start doing cardio, you be like, oh, I look like a crackhead afterwards, and I was working out. It's because you were dependent upon fat to give you that. And you're now losing the fat, and you're not gaining muscle to fill up that, to give you the curves. All right. That explains that. So I hope that was very helpful in, that whole age-old debate. Does fat weigh the same thing as muscle? Fellas, this one is for you. You cannot turn fat into muscle. It's not happening. You either lose one or the other, or you gain one or the other, okay? You lose the fat, you gain muscle. No, you don't have to lose fat first and then gain muscle. You can do it right at the same time, okay? It takes a little while a little bit more effort to gain more muscle than fat, but rest assured, you can do them at the same time. So that's just a little helpful tip for you guys, and I'll put up another vid that, a lot of questions that people might have in their everyday life and their fitness goals. So once again, Happy New Year to everyone. It's January 2nd, and I hope that this was helpful to you. All right, take it easy.